Hey, Ellie, what the heck is this? You think that just because you are busy with work, you can give us your responsibilities? There is no way I'm going to continue letting you get away with this just because my family is allowing it.
Hello, Rebecca. I haven't been trying to leave you guys with any of my responsibilities. What's wrong? How am I and your family involved in anything that has to do with you right now?
Don't lie to me. This is what makes you a lowlife. You think you can just act stupid, which I know you are, all in order to go out and work and to have fun, while I have to be home with this kid because my husband told me so.
What? Lowlife? Kid?
I knew about how you had been raised in a foster home and all that, and know nothing about raising a child and having a functional family. But what the hell are you doing pushing your own kid off onto some stranger while you run off to do other things? If you're going to keep doing things like that, then you shouldn't have any kids. I wish my brother would have known better than this before he made you his wife.
I have no idea what you're going on about right now. How could I be pushing my daughter off onto you when...
Stop trying to make excuses for it. I already knew that you'd end up a useless person, and perhaps you don't want to trouble your kid with being such a waste of everyone's time and effort. That's really what I hope your reasoning is for handing her over to my family and I. But to think you'd go this far to get your child away from you. Why can't you just be an actual human and mom and take care of the things you've made? You quit that right now! What do you think you're doing, leaving me on red? Hurry up and come get your kid! I am tired of having to sit here all day waiting for you to come and get her!
You seem to be getting really worked up over something right now. And so far, you haven't given me any good explanation of the situation besides that you have my kid right now and that I should be a better parent. So I was thinking to wait for you to calm down before we talk some more. Now tell me, what are you talking about right now?
Don't play dumb! You think that by having your kid go over to your in-laws there wouldn't be any issues? Both my kids are busy, and when it comes to my husband and I, we are really getting quite old. My husband still has to work all the time, and I have to make sure all the chores and things like that are complete before he gets home. With the way things are right now, I can't deal with this kid. I have been forced so many times now to take on your child over here, even when I tell my husband that I don't want to. Are you seriously going to leave your kid over at this house for the whole summer now? This place is not some daycare, so you cut all that out right now. Come and get them, or else I'm going to take them back over to your house and leave them there.
If you're talking about my child, she's sleeping right next to me. I don't even have any memory of the last time I took her to your house, or even your daughter's house to have her stay for the day.
What? Then whose kid is this?
I had been thinking for a little bit now that everything you were saying made no sense to me. That has to be someone else's child, right? Maybe there was some confusion in what your husband told you, and the kid is actually one of his friend's grandkids or something like that?
That can't be! He would never do something like that for one of his friends when they have families of their own to get help from. You're just trying to make up even more lies in order to keep your kid over at my place.
What? Wait, hold on. My kid is really here at home with me. I can send you a picture of them with me right now to prove it.
This is screwed up. I was told that this kid is yours, and that's why we're having to take care of them. You idiots really have nothing better to say besides excuses. I want you to get your kid out of my face here soon, or else I will start to act out. Again with this freaking kid? I can't deal with this any longer. I've come back to your house and am going to toss them in your yard right now. Then they can sit out there all day long and play in the hot sun until you come out of that house and actually do something with your child.
What? Out in this hot summer sun? It's almost 100 degrees out today, and you're going to just leave them out there?
Of course! They're not my child after all, so why should I have to care about their health any? Just know that whatever ends up happening to them is all your fault since you're being such a terrible mother.
I have told you so many times now that that's not my kid. Whoever you're doing all of that to has nothing to do with me, and you need to realize that before something really bad happens.
Shut up! I have all the proof I need that this is your kid. So there is not one thing you could say to me that would get me to believe otherwise.
Could you just calm down for me, please? I understand that you're really upset right now, but don't start harming that child over this. They really don't have anything to do with what's happened.
Don't tell me what to do! I'm not going to take any of that crap from someone who never had any parents of their own and had to be raised in a foster home. Just because you never liked being in a foster home doesn't mean you can push your kid off onto me to handle. You are so messed up. I get that you have no idea how to raise a child because you never grew up in a family that actually cared for you, but you cannot force your child into a situation like this, you defective human!
What the hell is going on with you, Rebecca? Making fun of me because I was a foster child? You think there's something wrong with me when you're the one tearing someone down because of a past they could not control? I get that you don't like me for the person I am, but all of those hurtful comments are ridiculous. You're the lowlife if you can't even learn to listen to what others are telling you and have to make them feel bad instead. So just listen to me. I know that there has been some kind of misunderstanding here. I know that because I know what's happening, but I don't want to hurt you or anyone else by telling you.
What are you going to tell me that I don't already know, you loser? Even after all I've gone and said to you, you're still going to push that kid off onto me?
I've been telling you over and over again now that they are not mine.
A lowlife in your position has no right to talk to me like that. I know that this kid is yours. You can lie all you want about that, but I know the truth. And if you want me to prove that to you, this kid is wearing some really cheap clothing, and they have no manners at all. They just run around all day long, screaming and breaking things in my house. They are the worst child I've ever laid my eyes on. You really have no idea at all how to raise a child, do you, you foster child?
My girl is a very wonderful girl, and at that private kindergarten she's going to right now, she is praised by both her teacher and a lot of the other moms there. They tell me she's like an adult in a 5-year-old's body sometimes. Okay? So don't you ever say that my daughter would be a troublemaker like the girl you're with.
Huh? Did you just say private?
That's what I said. My baby girl goes to a private kindergarten right now. I told you all about that a while back, right? Ah, so this is why you continue to think that kid is mine. You've been judging who their parents are based on the clothes they wear and their manners.
Of course I have been. A lowlife like you would never be able to afford anything more than the cheapest options. It's insane that you think I'd fall for a lie about your child going to a private school. I mean, having been a foster child, making money these days must be so difficult for you, right?
Right now, my husband and I own and run a cafe together. It has been very popular on social media, and every day the place is packed, making it a very difficult yet rewarding job for us.
What?
Lion is the name of our cafe. We have a lot of followers online, so go and have yourself a look at the place.
There's really a place called Lion. Is that you in the picture of the cafe?
That's because I run the place, so of course I'll be in some of the photos. Of course my daughter isn't in any of those pictures, though.
But... So, because your cafe is always so busy, you're having me take care of your kid, right?
During this part of the summer, it is exceptionally busy here, and so we make sure to have more staff on hand since one of us has to be home with our girl. So don't think that we would just be pawning her off right now while we both only focused on our business. Sometimes only having one of us here can be tough, but we'd rather have it that way in order to keep our daughter from being lonely.
There has to be times where one of you can't be home for her, right?
That's true. And at times like that, we have to end up asking your parents to take her for a day or two. But we make sure to plan that all out in advance, and she is only there during the day until one of us is back home. And while she is over there, she would never cause the kind of chaos that child you have right now causes. She has been raised well enough now that she'll apologize if she were to be responsible for breaking something.
There's no way you could raise a child like that as a lowlife.
I may come from a foster home, but there are plenty of very famous people who have had the same upbringing as me. The fact that you are judging all of us based off that one fact is terrible. And I hate to have to bring this up, but I'm making way more money than you are right now.
Then who the hell's kid is this? This brat seems just like you, causing all sorts of trouble for others without a care in the world for their mental health. There's no way this kid is anyone's besides yours.
Ah, well about that. That happens to be your husband's secret lover's grandkid who he's been trying to hide.
My husband's secret lover's grandkid?
In the past, your husband cheated on you, right? At the time, they both then ended up making a baby together, and after that, he'd been doing his best to pay for them. Through child support and things like that. But after a few decades, that kid then ended up having a baby herself and expected your husband to take care of it for her. So he listened and started to help take care of his grandkids. But in order to not let any of you guys learn the truth, he said the kid was mine and then had you care for them. Which means that right now, you are taking care of his secret daughter's child.
What? Huh? What the? This kid is his secret lover's child's child?
Sort of like a hidden grandchild. Although that's a bit strange to say.
I cannot believe this! There's no way something like that's happened!
I've just been telling you the truth. You should have a word with your husband about this now. I already spoke with him myself, and this is all what he told me. Your husband was asked to help with his other grandchild, and for a bit, he took them on with your mother. But in order to not let her find out the truth, he started asking you to take care of them for him. That's how things have ended up like this. Your dad ended up forgetting all about the fact that my daughter goes to a private school and forgot about her face as well, causing him to think that child was mine over time. Honestly, the fact that he mixed her up with whatever child you have now is a little bit disheartening for me.
That's what happened?
Rebecca, I can totally understand how you feel right now, having had a kid pushed off onto you for a while now. It really is tough having to raise a child. And when it comes to someone like you who has never had to raise a child before, this is your first time going through all of that. But even still, some of the things you've been doing and saying are not okay. Everything you've done to me up until now will not be forgiven.
I don't need you forgiving me for any of this. I'm the victim after all. So quit it with all that crap about how I'm in the wrong here. You! What the hell are you trying to do by telling my son all those things?
This isn't about what I've said to him, but about all those things you've been doing to that child who isn't even yours. I had to go and talk with him about how things have been going down there at your house. Just the other day, you left that kid in my yard all day under the scorching sun as though that was perfectly okay. I had to talk with him about that, all right? I was starting to worry about that child's safety.
I was just doing all those things to them because I thought they were your child.
So you're telling me that if it were mine, it would be okay to do whatever you wanted to them?
Shut your mouth! And another reason I left them in your yard that day is because you were home. And there happened to be some shade in your yard, so it wouldn't have gotten that hot out for them. Are you not embarrassed to be making such a huge deal out of this? And one last thing, why didn't you tell me earlier that that wasn't your child? You never said anything to me like that, so you're just as much to blame as I am.
God, I told you from the start that my daughter was already at home with me.
I never heard that. How about this, then? Why were you talking with my husband about things like his secret grandchild and crap? You have nothing to do with this family, so you don't get to tell me I'm wrong or right for what I've done to that kid.
I would not have to be involved in any of this had you just listened to me and left me alone, Rebecca. But I do not want that child to have to suffer any more for something those that need to take care of them are doing. Have you forgotten that I was involved in all sorts of suffering due to my parents? I understand what it's like to be hurt by those that should be looking out for me. Just like you've done to that kid. And it's not just the kid, though, that's been hurt now, but their parents as well.
Huh? Why would they be hurt? Those parents actually taking care of their child in the first place, then none of this would have ever had to happen.
After talking to that family about what happened to their kid, they were so upset by it that they went and apologized to them. She was just hoping for her dad to take care of her child for a bit, but he went and left her child with you, and then you put the child through some very serious circumstances. I get that you hated the idea of having that child pushed onto you, and that you were upset from all of it. But that does not make for a good enough reason to ever cause harm like that to a kid who isn't even yours. What you did was not okay. You need to learn from what you've done and make some changes to yourself.
Stop messing around! Why the hell did you get my son involved now?
Because you would never listen to me. I was able to talk with him about everything that's been going on with you, and because of that, he's now working on fixing everything you've done. If you actually had any common sense in you, then you would have never gone and done the things you did to that child or me.
He told me that he might leave me now because of this. I'm the victim in all of this. It's my husband who should be the one facing punishment for all of this. I was just lied to.
Ellie, what the heck did you think you were doing? What you've done is going to tear this family apart. Are you not embarrassed by what you've done to us?
So you're going to start with the same thing your daughter's been going on about. Honestly, I don't even blame Rebecca for everything because the cause of all that's happened is your cheating. You were the one that went out years and years ago with another woman and made a baby with her.
And I wanted to keep all of that a secret. Now that you've taken what I've told you and made a big deal out of it, a lot of people in this family are being hurt. Doing something like that shows that you have no conscience and makes me worry about the kind of person you really are. You're far too old now to be saying things as dangerous as you have to my wife and our kids. Why couldn't you have just kept that a secret with me?
I haven't done a single thing wrong here, and I like to think all that's happening within your family right now is what you asked for.
No! All of this pain my family is being put through right now is your fault! It's because of you making such a huge deal out of everything that my wife found out I cheat again! My wife and I have been doing so well all these years, but after what you've done, even my wife is upset with me now and hurt! Are you even aware of that?
Come on, the reason your wife is upset and hurt right now is because of you. The only one that's been living in peace this whole time has been you because you've gone and lied to everyone.
Excuse me?
Your wife already told me that you and her have not been doing too well recently. The fact that you're not aware of that only adds to all the pain you've caused them. Also, even had I not told anyone about what you'd done, your son and daughter were already starting to catch on.
What?
When I went and told them about what you said to me about your story, they replied by saying they already figured all of that. I was shocked when I had to realize that they were already ahead of the curve here.
There's no way! If they'd known already, then they would have wanted me out of the family or something, right? They never said anything to me. Never said anything at all.
It's not that they didn't, but that they couldn't. Even if they wanted to say something to you about it, your wife and you both had 2 kids already, and they didn't have all of the evidence yet. All they could do was cry themselves to sleep every night thinking that you had yourself another woman. But Rob, because of what's happened here, they've been able to learn about the kid you had with that other woman, and that you've been taking on that kid's kid for her. It would be rare for them not to take action against you now after all they've had to learn.
No! My kids and my wife have been with me this whole time because they loved me! You've just gotten to them and made them all unhappy with me!
Your wife was acting just the way you are right now, so I can see where she got that kind of childish behavior from. But the thing is, no matter what either of you try to say and think, you're not going to be changing the reality of the situation here. Your wife was able to have a look at all the child support you paid and tried to hide from her. And right now, she's even talking with that woman you cheated with, and her daughter. Your wife has now been talking with a lawyer she had around with her for the longest time. And since she now has a good amount of proof that you cheated on her and have been sending money to that woman for so long now, she can take you to court and get a settlement from you.
She's been at home this whole time, though! She never had any chances to find someone to help with the evidence and talk with a lawyer?
That's true. However, Rebecca went ahead and gave all that evidence to the rest of the family just the other day.
What?
She did that because she is livid right now. I'm not going to forgive her for any of the things she done, but she did fall victim to having to take care of that child for you in secret. Or should I say, she was scammed into doing that in a way.
No way! There is no way!
You would leave all of that on the shoulders of your wife, and then you would go out and play with that woman the whole time after you finished work. And then, after making a kid with that other woman, you went and kept them a secret from your wife this whole time. Honestly, I want to congratulate you somewhat for making it this far.
Shut the hell up! Shut the hell up, you family-destroying witch!
The family-destroying witch would be you, Rob. I have no clue how you mentally found it okay to hide all of that from your wife and kids. But it must suck to be both your other woman's daughter and her grandchild because they had to grow up without you around them. No father or grandfather around. You went and lied to both parties about yourself, all so that you could continue to be happy and not pay for your sins. You've really gone and done it now by not only ruining one family, but 2 due to your selfishness.
You have no idea what a real family is, so you have no right to talk! Listen to the man who has actually had 2 families that have both loved and supported him!
There's nothing about what you're saying that I should be listening and respecting right now. And you want to know something really heartbreaking about all of this? Your kids have been waiting for years now, hoping that someday you'd open up to them about the truth and ask for their forgiveness. But instead of telling them the truth about having another woman, you went and had a kid with that woman and kept it a secret. Them and your wife are going through a lot of pain now after feeling almost 3 decades worth of suffering and no longer wants anything to do with you. From now on, you deserve to live life on your own, please.
Why are my kids saying they want to cut ties with me now? This all shouldn't change the fact that I'm still their father, right?
They want you out of their lives because you are their father. You went and did something completely unthinkable to them, and they are both in shock now. That's how horrible of a person you've been to them.
If they both cut ties to me, I'll be screwed! I won't even be able to see my grandchild anymore, right?
Huh?
You and my son went and had that girl of yours a while back, and it's been so nice having a grandchild around. I don't want to lose them.
I would never let my daughter meet a heartless man such as yourself anymore. The man who has gone and literally hurt everyone in his family, in both his families, needs to go burn in hell now. I am on your wife's side in this. So that's it between you and I. Goodbye forever, you monster. Rob paid a massive out-of-court settlement to his wife and was then completely cut off by his family. He ended up alone in their house, which his wife moved out of, and now has to face the financial burden of debt for the rest of his life. Despite his attempts to reconnect with the woman he had cheated with when he was younger, she now has a husband and refuses to discuss him with Rob. He also tried reaching out to the woman's daughter, hoping to form a bond with her and her family, but they rejected him too. The daughter was furious with him for abandoning her to Rebecca's care, where she was mistreated and severed ties with him as a result. At this point, it seems unlikely that Rob will ever find someone to share his life with again. He might need to let go of any hope of family, as he clearly never understood what it truly meant.